And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Just had to, get the encoder sorted. Sorry about the delay, guys. It was, just had to get it. Still telling me I'm overloading now. But hey ho. If I stop dropping loads of frames, then I'll have to go again and then drop the screen res down. Laggy as in what, behind the live, or laggy? I don't know. It's not telling me I'm it's saying now I'm not dropping any frames, so it's actually putting out 53.11 frames a second, 56 frames a second. So it's actually putting out 60 frames. So it's putting out the full res. These are actually what they're experiencing themselves. Actual interview is live. I will bring him up. I will look for him and bring him up. Sam's having a bit of a laggy problem, bit buffy. Unfortunately, that's Sam's, that's not mine. I'm just looking for another alternative now. Oh, I got another. Oh no, I haven't. I haven't brought him back up. Sorry, I'll find another alternative. I thought I brought his feed back in. Yeah, it looks like he's buffing another alternative. Buffy McBuffy. Yeah, I'm watching another alternatives in the background. He's buffing a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to bring a actual interview as well. Well, actual coverage now, I should say. Few people buffing. You've got Street Mike's buffing, actual interview. Yeah, actual another alternative size buffing. We've got actual coverage in there now. I think it's down to the sheer amount of people that's there is why they're buffing. Yeah, they're all buffing. It's not me, guys. I'm stable. Sheer amount of people. Well, if you are on their streams, obviously bear with them because you know they can't help the buffing. I think another alternative just gone down. Yeah.
And that I've seen in the protests as well, though. Like, it just shows you how much power we have to create when people come out with all these incredible things. I've seen some, like, especially now we've got like a Christmas theme on all the protest signs, which I think is lovely.
I haven't actually got a Christmas theme on this yet.
No, you could put some glitter on it.
You know, we managed with all the layers. No, seriously, you're doing a brilliant job because
My original stream should be still there, mate. Again, if I've missed some live streams, do tell me and I'll pin them and put them in. Give them a shout out.
And if we all contribute what we can, then we'll win. So.
Hi, Sylvia. I'm glad to meet you.
I'm Katie, by the way.
Nice to Laura.
Hey, she's up there. She's really Laura.
It's become very clear to me that that's what people need to do. They need to know their basic human rights, basic criminal law, civil law.
I think it's important.
Is that Anna de Bruzier?
A lot of people who are trying to educate people.
Brosier.
expertise and the experience
Yeah.
and the stature. People will pay attention, and I think that's why people all over the world are getting it.
Well, bless you. I mean, you know, if you're going to listen about the law, listen to a lawyer.
I only see one here with me, with all of us.
So, well, there are 168,000 lawyers in the UK. I don't know where they all are, but they need to be out here with the people. There's Francis Hoare.
Again, like I said, if anything happens on anyone's stream, I shall obviously dive over to them and bring them up on full screen.
Right? The lawyer radar.
Go over and say hello to him.
All right, listen, thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you later
Right,
then.
I'll tell you. Yeah, we're going to the key.
Sorry?
There's an after party. So we're all going to go there after.
Good afternoon, Ian. Thanks for joining us, mate. And good afternoon to everyone else that's joined us. I'm sorry about the original stream that went down because the little one pulled the internet connection out. You know, these things do happen. As you see, a subject axis is the middle screen, second row. Here, there is literally thousands of people there, as you can see. All different angles throughout London. If any more live streams come on board, I'll have a look now. I think local might have come back. We'll have a little look-see now. Just make sure you've liked, share and subscribed on everybody's channel. There is a stream actually in Hartlepool as we speak. It's cut from a Freedom Awaits, so we can bring that one on from a different perspective. This is Freedom Awaits. So this is a Freedom Awaits live from Hartlepool protest. Is that Freedom Awaits? Is that Kev Warings? Big up, Kev. Make sure you go over there and smash this like button, subscribe.
fucking ain't got brains. If I'd run the show, they should stagger down for the whole fucking day, fucking mad.
Come here, banner, bring the banner here. Come here. Behind the banner. Behind the banner. Who's got the I'll get Can everyone stand behind the banner, please?
I've just opened up a Telegram chat. I don't know if the audio will come through to the roadcast. I don't know if anyone wants to jump into the Telegram chat at the moment and possibly give it a test for me. Hello, Chris. Mr. Lewis, can you hear me? I can hear you, Mr. Lewis. Hang on, it's not working, it's not working. It's not coming through the roadcaster. Hang on, I just have to... Hello. It's not connecting through the roadcaster for some reason. Audio roadcaster. There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Ah, there you are. Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Ah, right. We have now got people joining in my Telegram chat. So if you want to get on there, I don't know how it will sound on there. Let me just see if I can boost the signal to the channels. Ah, here we go. Levels. Here we go. Hello. Anyone in the Telegram chat, just say hello.
Hey mate, you okay?
Ah, here we go. We are all good. So can people hear us in YouTube?
Hello, this is Tate Dennis from Minsk, Belarus.
Yep. I'm just waiting for people to respond in the chat. I expect they will in a minute.
I don't think you can hear us.
Can anybody hear the... Ah, I know what it is. I know what it is. Hang on. Hang on. Right, you all might get... yes, they do. They all hear you within the chat. So anybody that wants to jump on the live stream, come onto my Telegram. There is an open live chat there at the moment. You can hear us, but can you hear anybody else? Yes or no? Could you hear boomers? Could you hear...
Everybody hear me out there on YouTube land?
Yep, they can hear us all. Yep. So like I said, if anyone wants to jump on into Telegram and come on the live stream and have a little say, you're all more than welcome. I'm sure somebody will post my Telegram link in the channel.
I'll do it now.
There you go. Boomers will post it. At the moment, we have got Yaffa, 2 boomers, Brian. I shan't say your surname, mate.
It's Loma.
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted me to put it out. That's why I did say it.
I've just posted the link in the chat.
Thank you very much. So what does everyone make of it today then? There's all I can say is good numbers for a week before Christmas.
Well,
Yeah.
I think people just didn't want to interrupt people. Anyone got anything to say?
The numbers are good, but again, they're being marched out. They should have stayed in the square and just filled out all the streets around Parliament Square.
Yeah, it's a good point. Good point is what, they're out marching again. It looks like they're going in. That's in Hartlepool. I'm seeing in Hartlepool at the moment they're entering. Looks like a shopping complex. All coming down the escalators with their signs on. So if anyone wants to just talk, just talk. If you've got anything to say, I'm just going to go back through and look for some other streams.
Put their signs on. By the way, by the fucking... No to the back seat.
Tyrant Patriot Crusaders streaming.
Is he? I'll get it up.
No to the vaccine.
I think we should hold the police accountable and make them understand.
Yeah, I think we should. Totally.
It's just like failure every single time. Just stay in Parliament Square, take over Whitehall, just, hold it all down. I've given up. These protests are stupid.
Exactly. What they should have done is filled out Parliament Square, and as more people arrive, just fill out all the streets around it.
Yep.
Yeah, just completely occupy it. This is what Extinction Rebellion does. Just sit fucking down. You don't have to glue yourself to anything, but sit your ass down, you know what I mean? And just say, no, I will not comply.
Yeah.
Completely agree, guys.
I think that's a lot of people's opinion now, is why are protests going out? They got the numbers. They had the numbers there this morning, and that was pretty early. So as more people arrived, they, like Boomer said, fill the streets out around it, down past Whitehall, past, Westminster Abbey, down towards Green Park, Regent's Park, all those roads.
Yeah, there was loads of people earlier when I watched your stream, Kyron. But now I don't understand why they're all walking.
Yeah, this just seems to be the normal mantra, isn't it? You all grow, amass in numbers, and then you march out the city. It's, because they've got.
They'll march for 10 fucking miles out the city, use the tube, and then sit in a field with a band or some shit and achieve absolutely fucking nothing.
It's become a weekly carnival, not a protest.
Yep, agreed, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to make the police accountable. We need to get in their faces, non-violent, get in their faces and make them realise they're not standing under their oath. Make them realise things they're doing affect their children, their sisters, their mothers, their daughters, their wives. It affects them directly. It's no good telling me that I'm doing it to pay my mortgage, I'm doing it to pay my bills. I'm doing hitting people, suppressing people. I'm doing all this because I need to survive. Well, guess what? We all do. We all do.
Exactly. The police are there. They may enforce policy today by revenue collecting. Well, that goes against their oath, because their oath, first and foremost, is to make sure breach the peace, to protect the peace. Okay, so they are doing, they did start off a little bit this morning, become heavy-handed by pushing. Oh, getting a bit of a feedback from somebody then. Pushing. Just getting feedback. Pushing people.
Tyron, I agree with you that they are pushing people. That's not the point.
No.
The point is they're so stood on those streets with that uniform. They're there to intimidate.
Yeah,
They're
oh yeah,
there
for sure.
to push through Boris's new law. Boris's new law is that he can challenge any judge in the land that makes a decision that says, actually, you're wrong.
Yeah.
He can challenge it and overrule it. There's another law that's brought in underneath all this rubbish of parties, another law that we didn't see. And what was that? That you have no right to protest. The thing is, they're eroding our laws, they're eroding our freedoms, and the police are enforcing them.
Yeah.
The only way we win is when we win over the police and get them to stand down and say, I will no longer take part in this.
Well, you have to get the police to honour their oath, because we go to all these protests every week in, week out. We listen to all these speakers, and a lot of these are very knowledgeable people, educated people, but not one of them has spoke about common law, the law of the land. You know, they should be telling people to empower themselves with natural common law, and get the police to recognise that. But they don't. They just talk about, you know, what the problem are.
In any revolution, you need to get. In any revolution, you need the security forces. It doesn't matter where you are. Once you've got them, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, these police are trained as two identities. They are trained as police constables and police officers. But during their time in their 18-week training, they mash the two into one. So whereby the police officer is the policy enforcer, revenue collector of the statutes and acts, and then you've got the police constable who's there to protect the people and protect the peace. But they are mashed into one.
Tyron, I have had discussions with people that are currently serving in the police force. And I'm not going to say where, but within the UK, obviously. Well, actually, I will say where. In Cheshire. They're serving in Cheshire. And they know what they're doing is wrong.
Yep.
And they know that they will not adhere to anything that the government says. They know they're free to go and do anything they want, because the law does not apply to them.
Yep.
Now, my question would be, at what point does your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your children, your sister, they come under the same rules? You might, by wearing that uniform, push off all this tyranny that's going on. You might, but you know what's coming down the pipeline for you. Yep. And until the police force decide, absolutely as individuals, to get on board, we're going nowhere. You can keep protesting every single day. The point is, we need to get in front of these police people, every one of them, and say, enough.
Yep.
Do you understand what you're doing?
Yeah, you've got to appeal to their human side. I know they got uniforms on, and I know we've seen the police doing despicable things, but they're human beings. Right? We have to get under their skin, and police officers, and especially the TSG, they are only taught to deal with confrontational people. If you start showering them with love and respect, they can't compute it. They don't understand. They can't. You can see it in their head. They don't understand why you're being so nice to them.
No, I agree with you, but I have quite a few police friends that I'm actually living with, an ex-copper, and if you speak to them and you talk to them about why this is important, it's important that our human rights are being eroded.
Yep.
My bodily autonomy is no longer my own if Boris gets his way.
Mm-hmm.
The elite in government or whatever, they can do whatever you want. The rules don't apply to Parliament. They don't need to be triple jabbed. They can go on holiday anywhere they feel like, whenever they feel like it. But I can't as a citizen. They can, but I can't. Now, the sooner, it's not just about the people rising. If we've a group of people that will hit us over the head and will go, I need to enforce this law because I've got to pay my mortgage, we're never going to win.
No.
They need to understand. They need to understand what they're actually doing is it's not morally correct.
No.
And when you speak to them on an individual basis, they understand it's not morally correct.
No, they do. They do. That's right. A lot of them do, and a lot of them are only don't do anything. It's because they don't want to be ostracised when they go back to the canteen. You know, if they start showing that they, you know, not in with the crowd, as when they say that people is not institutional, you know, with the police, there's corruption with things like that. There still is. If you don't toe the line, you won't go nowhere. So a lot of them just don't say anything.
No, but we have to stop thinking in terms of I need to pay my mortgage, I need to pay my bills. We have to stop thinking in those terms, and we need to start thinking about what is life going to look like in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Yep.
In Shropshire, we've just elected a Liberal Democrat, have we not?
Yes, you
We've
did.
just done that.
Yep.
Because, yes, why? Because they wanted to protest. And the only way they felt they could rid themselves of the idiot that is currently the Prime Minister was by voting Liberal Democrat.
Yep.
That does not mean to say for 1 second they believed in any of the Liberal Democrat policies. Of course they didn't. But the only way they felt they could make a protest and be understood is to be united on one banner.
Yep.
And that banner isn't something they believe in. It was just a way to show what they're feeling. We really need a political opposition that will stand up for our morals, will stand up for what is right, you know?
I think you need independence.
MPs currently that will do that, apart from the chief bakers, maybe, and that is the big baby, you know? So it's not just about the police, it's about the how we vote. And if we choose to sit on our backside and not vote, then you get everything you ask for. You do. You can make a difference at a by-election. You can make a difference at a council election. And you can definitely make a difference at a general election. And people seem to forget and absolutely just give over their freedoms completely. Give over the freedoms like there's nothing I can do. I've got to pay my mortgage. I've got to feed my child. Well, guess what? We all do. And that is entirely what happened in Germany. No different. Everybody went, I've got to pay my bills, I've got to feed my children. And look what that led to.
Yep, exactly.
Hello, Torrent from the UK.
Oh, hello, Indy, mate. Indy, thank you for joining me. I'm not ignoring people. I'm just going through the streams that have glitched out.
That might be me. Right, just 1 second, let me go away. Just want to say, brilliant idea on the multi-stream. Excellent idea, in fact. You've got 2, 4, 6, 7 lives up, and you can see it from all sorts of different angles. It's brilliant. You can see where it's all going, and the police are doing their bits and pieces, but it's pointless.
Well,
and it is.
Yeah, marching along the street now. They're marching out of London, I do. Are they marching up past Hyde Park now? Is that Hyde Park?
I think they should be targeting every politician's house, because then the wives would be getting pissed off and putting pressure on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, good idea.
Exactly, Boomer.
Good idea, Boomer.
The wives would give them hell, if that would happen constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly, the wives.
I'd send all the wives a nice wooden rolling pin. I think that'd be great for Christmas. With love from your constituents. Make sure you break his skull open with it. Ho, ho, ho.
Earlier on, the police, you could see they were very actually scared because there was that many people at Parliament.
Yeah.
But now they've all been walking off. I can't understand why they're all walking away.
Well, I'll make you laugh. Did you see the lot that were there without the high-vis jackets on? They were waiting for it to happen. The ones with the high-vis, they're like, oh, well, you know. But the other ones, they're the super aggressive ones.
Yep. Everyone should have stayed at Parliament and blocked the streets, as Tyrant said earlier. Everyone should have just stayed there.
Yeah, they should have just blocked off Parliament Square, but nope. Let's go for a walk. Let's go Let's go on a hopeless walk where it's not going to end up anywhere. We're going to scream at a few empty buildings. What use is that going to do? Nothing. And a few of us are going to get picked off by the police. That's it.
Yep. Another way.
We're on our way to
nowhere.
Yeah, we're on a road to nowhere. Exactly.
All it's achieved today is just got people together, make them feel good a week before Christmas, and it does make people feel good. You got to give it that.
Yeah, it
but
does, yeah, but
other than that, it's not achieving much.
Marching about makes people feel good, yeah. I'd be happy with a 9-bar fucking skunk, mate, instead of walking all over London.
Marching about doesn't make me feel good. It's fucking agony.
Yeah, I know, mate. See what I mean?
Lots and lots of people's streams have gone down, so I'm just, talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to be fiddling, trying to.
All right, well, I'm sitting here and I'm on your live anyway, Tyrant, so I'm just going to keep an eye on the chat. Guys, I am in here on Telegram, but I won't be speaking, just so you know.
Good, bro.
Nice that you're all here.
Hi, Ian.
Hey.
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
Good.
Wish
good,
I was
good.
there in a way, but like.
I did when everyone was at Parliament, but now everyone's walking. I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah, I know.
Too.
Guys, I just want to say I have been on many of these marches, and I've actually spoke on many of these marches as a public speaker, and it isn't going to make a difference.
No.
The only people, we're in an echo chamber.
Yep.
That's all we're in. It's all these people that turn out it's an echo chamber. That isn't where it is. And I just want to highlight something. Maybe this has happened to you, and I kind of want to ask everybody whether this has happened to them. My family, or part of my family, have cancelled Christmas because some of the people that are coming are unvaccinated and they don't feel safe.
Yeah.
So now Christmas is finished.
JB.
Finished. You know?
JB.
And also I want to say that there's family relatives, not mine in particular, but my partner's family relatives are insisting they take the first jab, the second jab, the third jab, the fourth jab, the fifth, the 16th, the 20th, so they comply. They are so frightened of not complying.
Well, JB, I've got something to tell you. I've got a 16-year-old boy that's in care at the moment, and he's meant to be spending Christmas Day with his foster family. Now, the foster carers have come to him and said, sorry, you're going to have to find somewhere else to go on Christmas Day as you're unvaccinated, and the family don't want you here.
Wow.
It's disgusting, guys.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
It is disgusting.
And that's what we've got to deal with, guys. That's what we've got to deal with, the segregation like that. To a 16-year-old boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
by people that are paid a lot of money to look after them as well, by the local authority.
Yeah.
But
and that's sick.
It is sick, but unfortunately, until people absolutely realise what is going on, that their freedoms are being eroded, you know? And until they understand that the vaccination is not going to protect you in any shape or form, and it isn't, and they've said that, you know, until they realise that it's all a game. It's a game to separate us, divide us.
It's all in their heads.
Yeah.
People actually know
the president here was wondering why the cases were going up, so they stopped using the Russian PCR test and used a different one, and then all cases dropped, so that's why.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard nothing about that.
You wouldn't?
That's why it's normal here. That's why it's normal here. They're using a PCR test at 25 cycles, whereas the Russian one was up around 40.
Yeah. Right, guys, I'm jumping back on the screen.
Right,
I am listening, guys.
All right, mate.
I'm trying to put up a green screen.
Nice.
Hi, Tyrant. Can you hear me, Tyrant?
Yeah, I can, mate. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Can I just bring up a little point, please?
Go on, buddy.
Paul, we've talked a few times over the past year. I've kept, obviously, following you for a long, long time. You got me to with a lot of people, a lot of good people. Through television, yeah.
Mm.
Obviously, I'm from Hartlepool, and there's a guy up here called Lee Garrett. Are you aware of Lee Garrett?
I'm not. No.
Mate, you need to get on Telegram with Lee Garrett.
Right.
Lee Garrett took he took it to court for the coronavirus. He got together. Obviously, he's been fined for numerous gatherings throughout when all this kicked off.
Yeah.
It's just been thrown out of court, Chris, last 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks
I think
ago.
I might have seen that,
He
actually. I think
he turned up with a risk.
Yeah.
He turned up with a risk assessment. The CPS shit themselves.
Yeah.
They didn't turn up. It basically, and the judge admitted and said, look, he asked the judge, does the coronavirus exist? And the judge said, I can't answer that question. Basically, that means to me and everybody else who haven't seen this video, which you need to see it, Chris, because that's turned over in court, that the fucking coronavirus doesn't exist. End of.
Yeah,
and Lee Garrett had won it. Yeah.
This is what it said. The question you have to ask in court is, can you show me where they've isolated it, please? And they can.
Yeah, they haven't. There's been no isolated cases, no. No, mate. No, mate.
Yeah, can you show us an isolated nominal SARS-CoV-2?
Yeah. Definitely, mate.
Do you want to do me a favour? Do you want to put that guy's link somewhere where I can find it, like in my inbox, because I want to join his group?
Oh, mate, you need to join Lee Garrett and Mark Steele.
Oh, yeah.
The two lads.
Yeah,
I'm in his Mark Steele's. They're up by
you need Lee Garrett.
marching round by Marble Arch to go down Oxford Street.
Yeah.
That's where they're on to now.
So you want Lee Garrett? You want Lee Garrett on a link from Tyrant, yeah?
Yeah, pop it in the chat. Pop it in the chat into Telegram.
I will do, Chris. Yeah, all right, mate.
Lovely job, mate.
Chris, can you add another small window with a Google Map?
I've never been in a live chat on here, so...
Let me see if I can bring a map in, mate. Hang on. Now you're asking for something fucking technical, dude.
I just looked at all the TFL cameras, and they're just... there's no people on the street. Where are they?
What, as in, what? You went on all the CCTV cameras?
Yeah, the TFL ones.
The TFLs.
It looks like they're looping because at Marble Arch, there's just cars going around. There's no people.
Yeah. Well, this is where it's looking at the moment. They are media consumers crossing Marble Arch. Resistance GB. He's actually on Regent Street. And you've got a few just actually going past Marble Arch now. But it's probably a minute or so behind, or maybe a bit less than that.
Is there anything down that way that they can sort of like MPs' houses or anything like that?
No, because they're now in the shopping district, really.
Oh God.
So if they were to turn left now, if you look at medias, they can get towards the BBC and that.
That'd be quite good. If they go for BBC.
Exactly. How come the BBC seems to get away with it? No one seems to attack the BBC.
Shut down Oxford.
Yeah, they've shut down Oxford Street.
Oxford Street.
I can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, mate.
How come the BBC? I don't understand why one little protest at the BBC and that was it. These guys are working. You know, the MPs aren't there. If these people came to the BBC, all of them today, I'd have been there. You know, that would at least have some semblance of a purpose to the meeting, to the protest. This is Christmas shopping for feeling good. I know, I agree with you. It is nice to meet people and feel good about yourself and that you are in a community, you're doing something good. But, you know, I ain't going to take a hit over the head of a baton if I don't know what the end game is. I don't mind taking a
smack from a copper if I know I've got a goal to go to. This just seems like it's theatre.
Well, it just seems like aimlessly marching around with no real purpose or cause.
No, I think at the end of the day, what this does, having been on lots of these, what it does, it makes you realise you're not on your own. You know?
Exactly.
Because the worst feeling at all, and it is the worst feeling, that when you confront your family members and your friends, which you're going to lose over this, unfortunately, you will, and they won't speak to you again, and they won't see you again. This has happened to me, you know? Unfortunately, this is what's happening, and our only respite is to gather together in the park, you know, in the street.
Yeah.
This is unfortunately where we are as a society. That if I disagree with the government, I have to now seek out almost underground movements so I can actually think that I'm not abnormal, because I'm being made to feel that I am bad, dirty and unclean.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? This is the biggest tie-up ever by any government. Really.
Well, it's certainly looking that way, isn't it? Because, you know, with what's gone on over the last 2 years now, we're coming into 2 years, people. It just doesn't make any sort of sense whatsoever.
It doesn't make
In
any
the 90s
sense.
and the 2 years.
TSG getting back in their vans. Woohoo.
Just so you all know, this march is a bit like weird. Nothing was advertised to the it was originally the People's Protest, so they were supposed to just be to Parliament Square and stay there.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, this post went round saying that the march is being arranged, but there was no march arranged at all. I've been trying to look for the original source all morning, and I literally can't find anything. Apart from the last posted out was State Bar Children, and I haven't had a response off her yet, so I'm just waiting to go back.
Real media, I totally agree with you. What we should be doing is encamping ourselves in Parliament Square.
Yeah.
That's
what I thought the protest was. I thought the protest wasn't moving at all today. That it was going to stay in Parliament.
For the past week and a half, it was just the People's Protest. We go where the people go. That's it. There was no march or anything arranged, so I don't know where that idea came from, but it definitely didn't come from me.
Again, because you noticed the person who's at the front of the march. It's Save Our Rights, Louise. She's at the front, I noticed.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting. Why you're just led away all the time. All right, they're in a bit of a more busier place. At least they haven't gone to South London.
But the way I think of it is, if the leader number way, if you're walking, there's less chance of a kick-off. So it reeks to me of someone popped that idea out there and everyone's just gone along with it.
Yep.
Agreed.
It only takes, like I say, that people, you know, there's not mass what I call infiltrators out there. There are infiltrators within there because the police did it within the animal rights movement.
There's infiltrators everywhere, though, Tyrants. There's infiltration in every movement out there, do you know what I mean?
So
you just don't know about it.
It's very easy for an infiltrator to get up there and say, oh, let's march this way. Especially the ones that, what I call, ingratiated themselves within the movement. You know, maybe got a bit of a name and said, right, let's march this way, let's go this way. And everyone else will find blindly like sheep.
Who the fuck are these cunts? Seriously, they've got no fucking power. That fucking ginger-bearded twat fucker can get in the fucking sea, you know what I mean? Like, I swear they're taking backhanders and just swallowing it, you know what I mean? They're fucking shilling motherfuckers.
It makes you question, though, doesn't it? Because everyone followed these groups. It makes you question what the motives are. You know what I mean? It's not a case of I want to be a disruption to the movement, but I've got questions, and you know, I'm for freedom and rights of the people.
When I actually pulled you up on at that time, I just went, we shouldn't be saying anything about shills. What we should be doing is arranging stuff with people that we know are genuine.
Yeah.
And it goes against what they're trying to infiltrate into the movement, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So people like ourselves, we need to just constantly be battering that out on all groups, saying, no, we're not marching, no, we're staying here.
Yeah.
And then that puts up their plans, and then they'll get moved on to another assignment, you know what I mean?
Well, it's a bit like that day is when we were all marching, and I said to Louise, why are we following the police? And she said, we're not following the police. And I panned the camera around, and we got 8 police bikes in front of us. I said, well, we are following the police, aren't we?
She said, no, they're following us, if you remember.
Yeah, they're following us. No.
Well, I just stood there and laughed at her for what a dozy mare.
Guys, what generally happens, as you probably are aware when you've been on these marches, is that somebody goes this way. And it can be anybody.
Yeah.
And because there's so many people there, we just follow. And that's happened to me.
Like sheep.
Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, we do. We follow like sheep because we put... Everyone says, oh, I've got your best interest at heart. So a lot of people will go, put all their eggs in their basket and then take their foot off the gas because they think they got somebody else got their best interest. But it's not. The only person who can affect change is yourselves. I don't think doing this is going to affect any change.
No, the whole plan today... Sorry, guys. The whole plan today should have been that they resided in Parliament Square and did not move, and they raised the issues that we're having our civil liberties removed day by day by day.
But do you see in Australia, they don't have faces like that. You've got the odd live streamer, but you don't have people that lead marches like we have. Now, I can name in this country loads. Louise Save Our Rights. You know, and those sort of people, you know, David Icke, all those sort of what I call faces, Kate Shermani, Piers Corbyn, but in Australia, there isn't. Because they're in it for each other.
There is a few, but they're like they're not official leaders of any movement.
Yes.
They're like what do we call it? They're like parties, politicians, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you've got, but it's actual people. It's not people that have gone through like private boarding school and going into this. It's just normal people like you and me that have started their own political parties, and they're the only ones speaking up to people.
Yes.
But they're basically telling them about the information about any kind of demos, but they're not going up there and saying we're going this way, we're going that way, we're going that way. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The problem with that though, my friend, is you end up with fucking cunts like Keith Vaz and fucking Claudia Wanker. You know what I mean? So they're supposedly the people, but they're actually just fucking dipshits, and Natalie moan more and all of that sort of stuff. But I completely agree with the point of we should have just sat in Parliament Square and just fucking popped it off and let the police do whatever the police want to do. And the problem is you do not see the Green Lobby doing marches like this.
No.
They pick a place and they sit the fuck down and they glue their faces to their own anus and all of that bollocks. So, you know what I mean? We're totally fucking this up. I'm guessing that because you're not there today, Tyra, you're feeling like me that it's just pointless and we're done and it's too much energy.
Yeah, like I said, November the 5th was my last protest because it's too much energy me walking around. For fuck's sake, I got one lung for Jesus Christ, and I've done all these marches.
That was my one, that I arranged. It was good, that one.
I stopped too because it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Can I just say,
Yep.
Please, can I just say, what I can say is a lot of people that are there today that are covering it on YouTube, it's clickbait. It's purely clickbait. It's nothing to do with the full...
Why do you think the likes of me ain't there? Because I know.
I'm not suggesting you are. I'm saying that there is a multitude of people there, because I've followed this for the last 2 years. Multitude. That is clickbait.
Well, I've got
now,
5 streams. I got 5 streams up. Go on. Sorry, JB.
Listen. Kyron, listen.
Go on.
If Alex Belfield, that is clickbait. It increases. It's not about pushing the agenda, is it? Never was.
No.
And if the like,
highlight their public profiles.
and then yes, because there's several mainstream YouTubers that are there today, and they're there because it's going to increase the amount of clicks, which will increase the amount of revenue.
Unfortunately, five out of the 7.
Seriously, at what point in time do we go, who is reporting this? I'm reporting it for the right reason. The right reason being this needs to stop. It's got to stop. You can't just use it on your channel for clickbait because you think it's going to earn you more money.
Well, unfortunately, it is, right? And that's why, you know, I got a little bit upset with five people that I'm actually sharing the streams I'm upset with them because I've seen what they are doing it for. They're not doing it for any sort of cause. They are doing it for views only, clicks and views, whereby I was doing it slightly differently. I wanted to highlight things, and I wasn't in it for, you know, I had an opinion whereby they don't say their opinion. They will keep quiet, be neutral. But
I understand that, but you can see, we can all see today that there is lots of people covering this. But the kind of people that are covering it is purely clickbait.
Yeah.
We've got the original people like yourself. You were down at Dover. I know because I followed you. You were down at Dover. You've been at the protest and you've covered it because it's of interest. 2 people, and you're one of the first.
Yeah.
One of the few that has stood
doing
up
it for the
and gone,
reason.
this shit's happening and I think you need to know about it. There is a difference between that and clickbait.
Yeah. Well, 5 out of the 7 streamers you're watching. And I'm gonna blow my own trumpet because none of them have. If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have built their channel so quickly. All right. Because 5 out of them come and stood with me at the beginning. You know, don't stand with me anymore, do they? Subject Access and myself were best friends. Don't know what happened there, was it, Subject? You were making more money and got a bit greedy? Same with Resistance GB. I wanted to build... This is what I wanted to build, right? Exactly what I'm showing you now. I wanted to build a completely multi-stream that we were all in one banner, under one heading. But everyone become greedy now because it would have been a business and we would have had to profit share, wouldn't we, with each other who's involved in the business. But nobody wanted that. It's all now click for views. It is. And unfortunately, that's what it is.
You know, you get so many of one thing in a movement, everyone wants to be for the top.
Yeah, everyone wants to be centre of attention. That's unfortunate, you know.
Ego, yeah.
That's why all these people, it's not a case of, you know, that's why they've got the logos on the stream, on the screen like they have. It's because they know that people can take it off and use it. So they put their watermark on it so people can't nick it. It's all about publicising them, but I wanted to create not your own names as one big alt media service. And that's what I wanted to create. Something exactly what we're doing now, whereby I've got somebody sat in their home and they're restreaming every single one. There is a better way of doing it, where they all send me their feeds directly by NDI and I can take it. But then I wanted to bring people into the studio like I am here to talk about these things, to ask questions. And, you know, and that's what my vision was for all of us. But unfortunately, 5 out of the 7 decided to go their own way.
Chris, can I just jump in? Chris.
Hello.
Something as an outsider.
I feel an outsider now.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, I get all of that, and I've loved your streams from the beginning. I think they're fantastic, and I personally love you as a person. But the one thing I would say is you do get a little bit involved. You know what I mean? And sometimes that can be off-putting to people watching. You know what I mean? And like people like Sam don't, and that I kind of like that, but I kind of like your side of things as well. So that's the only thing I would say is it's a difference of opinion, and
I think both of you, and Sam have been absolutely brutally fantastic.
Yeah.
Your coverage of the Kill the Bill stuff with the guy fucking trying to set the van on fire that's got 14 years.
Yep.
Is phenomenal coverage. You know what I mean? But I would say sometimes you do get a little bit too involved, my friend.
Oh, mate, I completely, wholeheartedly agree with you 100%. But it's a nature I can't change at all. Unfortunately, I feel for other human beings than I actually feel for myself. So when I see an injustice, I can't keep quiet. I really can't. And I know I should. But it's not in my nature. I've tried to curb it, and I've been told hundreds of times before. So it's my nature. I'm just mouthy when I see shit.
Hi, Chris, are you there, mate?
Yes, I'm there, mate.
Simon again, mate. I've put them 2 videos up, mate.
Yep.
You need to get that out, and people need to understand and what this lad's done from up here. He's fucking brilliant, mate. I'm sorry for the language, but he's got the risk assessment. The CPS shit themselves. Everybody needs to watch this video, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. 2 of them I've just posted on your tyrant there. So
lovely, mate. I'll get in once I finished. I'll get off and I'll watch them.
All right, I'm gonna have to go, Chris. Anyway,
all right, mate.
So
no worries. Thanks for joining me.
All right, Chris. Oliver, you take care, and I'll catch you soon, mate.
Ta-da, mate.
Catch you later. Ta-da, mate. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
So just before I get off here,
right,
so I think what we need to start doing is basically just telling people to stay where they are from now on.
Yeah.
Rather than going on marches and everything, unless there's a destination at the end of it and they're not walking for like 4 hours, you know what I mean? I think it needs to all stay in one place now, so either down street Parliament, outside PM's houses, or BBC. So if we're marching, we need to be going somewhere of significance and then end up then stay there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, completely agree on that one.
That's what I'll be doing.
Can I just say that I totally agree with Real Media, that now what we need to be doing is sitting outside council offices where the decisions are made. Sitting outside Parliament, yes, and in camping there, just the same as, what was it called, that very food rebellion we had about of Wall Street. Don't they encamp themselves, didn't they? They did it. You know, we should be doing the very same thing. We should be encamping ourselves out in the streets of power, not walking the streets. Walking the streets is done with now. People are too brainwashed, you know? Encamp yourself where the power is.
We need to be somewhere where we're going to make an impact.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing how many of these marches are actually, how many people are actually for them. Because if you think about it, if you're walking somewhere, the chances of a kick-off is like next to zero. But if you're in one place, that's where things kick off, do you know what I mean? And we actually get your point across.
John, you I'm just going to respond to the chat a minute. John McDermott, you can find those videos posted on my Telegram channel. If somebody can post that in the chat for me, I would appreciate it in YouTube. Just give me 1 second, a minute, guys. You talk amongst yourselves. You're still going to be live. I'm just going to mute my mic so I can go get a drink.
Real Media. Real Media. I've been covering these protests for a little while as well, and like I've seen so much crap go on, mate. I've called people talking to people like a few of the other places. I've seen so much that shouldn't be happening within the movement, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, see, I've plenty of times myself, people like you've been saying, we have to outcast people out of the movement and literally just disown them. That's the only way you can win the streets, but you're never going to get rid of them all. That's what you need to deal with, unfortunately.
Yep, I totally agree with you.
All I want to say is I hope Tyrant's getting a hard drink. A very, very hard drink. You know what I mean?
Tyrant does not consume alcohol. Very rare.
Can I
right,
just
I'm going to shoot anyway, but nice speaking to you anyway.
Yeah, nice speaking to you, Real Media.
See you later. Bye.
Real Media. Oh, sorry, it's just popped off. Okay.
Yeah, he's just come, JB.
Yes, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, the point I'm trying to make, really, to anybody that might be listening, is that the seat of power is when you're elected. So you could be a local councillor, you could be an MP. It doesn't matter. The point is, you're holding a public office, and anybody that holds a public office makes those decisions on behalf of you. You know, and until we decide as a nation that we will change this, that those people that are elected as a public office will be accountable and will be, if they don't do what we, the people, ask them to do, be prosecuted. You know,
JB, can I just say something? I've been watching this for the last 2 years, and it doesn't matter what you say to government, it's all corrupt. It doesn't matter whether or not you vote for them, it's always the same shitty scenario.
Yeah.
The people that get in are the corrupt people that we've meant to have our best interest at heart. All they do is fuck up for us. It doesn't matter what you vote for, it's always the same outcome. Corruption.
And the problem is we actually thought that we would get a conservative government. You know what I mean? We voted maybe for Boris. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Doesn't matter. We honestly voted for something that we thought would exist, and then what we got is the Green lobby and fucking socialism. You know what I mean? It's absolutely disgusting what Boris Johnson has done, and he needs to fucking end.
See what's going on now, guys? This isn't what we voted for.
No.
He's going to be the worst.
Why are we happening? Why is it going on? Why are we having to do this? Because the government doesn't give a shit about us. It doesn't matter what political parties voted in. They're all the same, corrupt. That is it. End of. It doesn't matter who we vote on.
You vote for these people. You vote for these people, and they say the things, and the minute that they get power, it's as if they get a road trip to Davos for brainwashing. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm a conservative. Hang on, I've won power now. Holy shit! Someone put a folder in front of me, and I'm off to Davos for brainwashing. And then they come back, and it's just ridiculous.
but that's because you keep voting for politicians. Why don't you start voting for people that are of our class? Why don't you vote for people?
Only.
Why aren't you
Hang
voting
on, they did that. They did that though in Nottingham. They voted for Natalie Whitman for fuck's sake.
No, they never have. If you investigate any single person that is stood, they'll have a reason why they're standing.
Right.
You know, you've got to start voting for local people. People that have run their own business or people that know what it's like not to be able to teach the children. These are the people that need to be in power. They're not.
So you end up with Angela Rayner, basically.
Right?
You end up with shit like Angela Rayner. Brilliant.
Right. Okay, can I say something? Right. The situation is, you're looking at the politicians, right? Let's just look at that, for example, which is there are groups of people that go in a room every day, line up next to each other, opposite each other, in a green room, and all they do is shout at each other. It's the craziness of the ritualistic way in which each day our country is run is fucking mental. It's not even the politicians, it's actually the whole fucking thing. It's not logical, but because we are used to it as a nation, we don't fucking see it. We need to wake up and see that it's absolutely fucking crazy.
But
we don't stand up to it.
Sorry, Mrs. J, isn't that because even when you elect a politician, they go into the system, and the system is so utterly corrupt. Why? Why? Because we have civil servants that have been educated through university to think a certain way.
We all knew Boris Johnson was going to be Prime Minister. We all knew Boris Johnson was going to be Prime Minister 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
I
Yeah.
agree, we did.
And it fucking
Because
happened.
You were groomed, just like a child is groomed. No different. He has been groomed from day one to understand he would be at some point in number 10. And he had a set of things that he was going to adhere to. And that is not a conspiracy theory, that is fact. Because he said it himself. He said it himself, you know. I will
It's
be.
a show. The whole thing is a show. Just like fucking Christmas, just like Easter, it's a fucking show. And the thing is,
yeah, I mean,
stop the show.
I completely agree. It's all theatre to keep the masses controlled, and like the whole Bible, even from Abrahamic times, is just a fucking control mechanism for people.
Just made up this. Stop being fucking Christian. It's made up. Why? To control us. The Bible and religion doesn't work anymore, so they're now doing this. They've realised everyone can see through religion, politics.
Sorry, I had my mic open then.
So the question is, what is the solution? If we don't do it through elections, if we don't
turn off your TV and fucking vote, man.
I'm just trying to say, what's the solution? If we don't do it by electing common people that know what it's like to go without food, know what it's like not to pay the bills. If we don't elect those into office and represent us, then what is the alternative? Where do we have a mass civil disobedience? And if we do, at what level?
We create a new society. We create an alternative society. We create an alternative society. Folks, we've only had the fucking internet 30 years, mate. Go back.
I mean, I have massive problems with the whole, like, vote for people that have been poor, because the track record is they end up being Labour MPs and being shit. So let's look at people. So we've got David Lammy, Richard Bergen, fucking Claudia Webb, fucking Angela fucking Rayner, fucking slag bitch. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. So I'm not convinced that that's the answer, but I'm also not convinced that the answer is to keep voting for fucking knobheads like Robert Jenrick, who lives 200 miles away from my constituency because he's a fucking bellend. You know what I mean?
You need to stop talking about voting, because you're then going into the drama and the facade and the pantomime that they want us to continue to live in.
Yep.
We need to stop everything and start an alternative society.
You sound like my perfect woman. So thank you, Mrs. J. You are fantastic.
Like they did in Czechoslovakia.
Hello, right. I just want to address without any interruption, Mrs. J, if I can. Would that be okay? Because
Let's do it. Come on.
Let's do it. Now, I sold everything I had, and I had a lot of money, and I had a business, and I sold everything. And I went and created an alternative community. I went and did that, on a mountain in the middle of nowhere. I spent 5 years of my life doing that. I've also got a YouTube channel. Not YouTube, Facebook channel. I'm not trying to promote that. I'm not even going to say what that is. What I am saying is, I've got the T-shirt. I've been there. I spent 5-6 years of my life trying to galvanise people around. You need to be more sustainable. You need to understand where your food comes. You need to understand why you pay council tax. Blah 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 blah. I did all that. You know, and I have people come from all over the world, and spend time with me. But you know what? At the end of it, they all realise the same thing. We can create this community, but whilst you have the laws that you've got, it won't sustain it. And I'll tell you why. Because I was raided, storm raid by the police. I was raided, storm raid by vets for the animals. I was raided by the RSPCA. I was raided by DEFRA. I was raided by the government. How? Create your alternative community. Go ahead, do it. But until you change the law, the absolute fundamental law, It won't make a blindest difference. I've
No.
done it. You know what? I was out there on 10 acres, 20 acres doing it, and that was from 2010 all the way through to 2016. I was took down systematically by the law and the infrastructure. So what you need to change, and you've got to, is the law and the infrastructure. And until you do, you can create any community you like. They'll come for you
Yeah.
and they'll take you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not going to change, is it? Because every piece of land in this country is owned by somebody.
Yeah. Well, actually, mostly the Queen.
Wait a minute. If you know your stuff, guys, you can own that land, but you'll only own the first 4 inches of it.
Yep.
The rest is owned
Need
by
to
the
get rid of the
crown.
royal family.
Can't have people going fully French Revolution in this country, you know what I mean? It's not allowed.
Do you think that'll ever happen in this country, though? A full-on French Revolution style, revolution? I can't see it happening.
No, not at all. No, not at all. I mean, look at Chris Whitty. He had an autistic boy come up to him and go, "I want a fucking photo," and he flipped his shit. And the legal system went full metal. Chris Whitty has to be protected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, do we fuck? It's never going to happen.
The only way forward, and I keep saying this, some people may disagree with it. The only way forward will be, as a community, that we say that person in that community is from our community, and they have our voice. And I believe they have our best interests at heart, and we send them to Parliament. Just like Cromwell did. We send them to Parliament, and we say, this is what you stand for. And if you do not stand for it, at any point in time, do you disagree with your constituency, you're done, you're off. For whatever reason, you're done, you're off. Off to the gallows.
You need a recall. You need a recall law.
Yeah.
I mean, one law that I would love to see is that a member of Parliament must live in the constituency that they represent.
Yeah. But they don't, do they?
Because there are so many hundreds of constituencies. I mean, look at Sourface, Anna fucking Subaru, the sour gin soaked twat. Didn't even live in her constituency. She's like, I'm so for the people. Well, if you're so for the people, why don't you live in the constituency, you fucking bellend?
Yeah.
But
that's because the mainstream parties parachute people into constituencies. I'm also involved in politics, so I can tell you that right now. What happens is they parachute the person they believe can represent them. It's nothing to do with the community. It's nothing to do with anything. It's about winning seats. It's about winning the green seat. And
correct.
Until we
Robot.
understand,
Right.
Wait a minute. Until we
correct. Robot generic is my MP. He lives 200 fucking miles away. I don't think anyone's seen him in the constituency unless it's a gala dinner for fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
You know? So, who is this cunt? Why is he taking grifting fucking backhanders in London? You know what I mean? Just
because you voted for him, that's why.
I did not vote for him. I will make that very clear right now.
Right. So I just want to say something here. We need to, we need to really stop the why it's happened, why we've got to where we are, how we've got to who we are. What we need to stop doing is reminiscing and go, right, the answer is, it's like, JB, you're great, mate, and we've got to look forward to what we've got to do next. And you've rightly said, the laws need to change. So as a community, which is big, by the way, there's about 35% of us folks, 35% of the country are us. Yeah? So because I don't know what to do. How do we change the law at the 35% of us who are here? How do we do that?
Easy. This is very, very easy. It's not difficult. We need to galvanise together. We need to get legal representation that is on our side. We need to start going to the courts, holding the judges and the legal system accountable. And only then, when the legal system, and we expose that the legal system is either on our side or it's not on our side. If it's not on our side, then we know where we stand, that there is not a politician in the land, there's not a judge on the land that will support any right moral thinking. It is purely China DCP agenda moving forward, you know?
That's all right. So you're fine with getting your skull crushed by a fucking copper smacking you with a baton, right? Because that's where we're at. There's no way that we're going to do this without violence. So the question is are you willing to get violent?
No, it's not at all. You are completely wrong, utterly wrong in your thinking. Have you ever had a discussion with the chief constable like I have? I have, because I had a candidate that was standing as a police and crime commissioner.
Okay.
Now, sit down with that.
Yeah, but there's
Helmets are going on. Helmets are going on.
I've done.
Police are getting ready. Yeah, it's all kicking off, but they're getting ready.
They're getting ready now. Helmets are going on.
Guys, hold your...
You can't attack Oxford Street. If you attack Oxford Street, you are criminal number one. You can blow up an arena of children, but fucking hell, don't attack fucking Oxford Street.
Yeah, look, they're all running up now. Oh my God, they're put. Yep, here we go.
Until you sit outside and protest outside a police and crime commissioner's home and the police constable, the police chief of that county, until you start protesting them directly, you won't see a change.
I'm so glad that worked for Extinction Rebellion when they protested News UK's operation. You know what I mean? I think you deluded, my friend. I don't think that would make any difference at all, because capital protects capital, and the police only exist to protect capital. They don't care about you. They don't care about the rules of the land. They only care about protecting profit and companies.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you in this shape or form. The police are done for. They're done for because the whole thing is fixed around, as you say, collecting revenue. And I understand that. But my point is, until the general public understands that point, you're going nowhere. And the only way you can make that point is by protesting directly outside these people.
And I don't understand how that would not end up being violent. I genuinely don't. I'd love to just sit outside my MP's office with a little placard and go, "The world is now, you're a knobhead." I don't think that would make any difference. I think kicking his face into the fucking dirt would make a difference. Not that I would, and I'm not advocating that. But I don't understand how you are saying that peaceful protest can change things. But I don't think we're in a world where that's realistic. Peaceful protest can nudge the dial, but I don't think it can change the dial.
Bob, listen. The only thing that comes out of violence is violence. That's all you're ever going to get.
100%, completely agree. Right. And I don't advocate that at all. I don't want that world. I don't see it. So I'm interested in your ideas because I think you're very smart.
So therefore, Gandhi had the right idea, did he not? And Gandhi never pursued violence. The biggest thing you can ever do is hold your hands up and go, "I don't agree with you. I don't."
Yeah.
Not at all. But please do not beat me over the head because I disagree with you.
JB, listen, JB, right? So that's brilliant, but you're not going past that point, which is what we need to do. We need to go past what you're talking about now. It's above that. The whole system is fucked, and we need to completely and utterly change all of it. And we need to stand together and do it. Camping outside someone's house will do fuck all. Protesting will do Fuck all. Need to change everything. How? How?
Mrs. J, I agree with you. What you just said is completely right. You know, just protesting outside somebody's house won't change a thing. We've seen it in Canada, we've seen it in Australia. It won't. No, what we need to do is hit these people in their pockets. Absolutely.
Hey,
So if you're
sorry to butt in, but it's an Apple store that they're protecting at the minute. They're
corporation.
full on PSG protecting a fucking Apple store. Give me fucking strength.
Yeah.
This is the fucking company that makes 10-year-olds dig shit out of the dirt so that they can have a £3 billion fucking cat. The motherfucking cunt.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Right, can I just say something? Can I say something? We're all really angry about what's going on. We are. We're all angry and we're all like, what should we do? And I'm not being funny. I've been and done the sit on a mountain and create an alternative community. But you know, the system's bigger than we are.
Yeah.
So until we change the system, we're going nowhere. The only way to change the system, you won't do it through violence. You can't. The only way to change that system is by, yes, protest and sit outside, but also take them down, write them an email, vote differently, say, I don't want you, right,
Yeah,
and
write an email. That'll really work. Writing an email. That'll do it.
Well, I'm not saying emails working, telling me. I'm saying what you need to do is you've got to do a peaceful protest. The moment you turn to violence, it's got you.
No. Come on.
Side.
Come on. Modern governments today are all about Twitter. What we need is a mass movement on Twitter.
Yes. Do it. Absolutely. Do it.
Disconnect.
Go on, Mrs. J. I love your voice, so keep talking, please. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We need to disconnect from them. We need to have our own website, our own Wi-Fi, our own shop, our own shoe shop, our own hairdressers. Just sidestep. What can they do if we all...
They didn't check the market during the Soviet Union time.
No, guys, I don't know what to say to you. I can tell you the truth of what's happening for myself. I did run a farm. I did all what I told you on the mountain. I did, and I was taken down by the government. And I had to sell up, and now I live in a tiny house, and I live inside a city in a tiny house, because they took me down. Now, I have fought that and fought, and now I'm about to go and buy some more land. I'm about to go and do it again. And I will be on YouTube and I will be on Facebook, but you watch them take me down because they...
Well, I mean, the fact that you're like, it'll be on Facebook and it'll be on YouTube kind of means that you're captured. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Come on.
Where else am I going to put it? You tell me.
Wherever the bloody hell else you want, you know what I mean? If you're going to support Google and you're going to support Apple and you're going to support the drone that is Zuckerberg, then knock yourself out. But you can't be a freedom warrior. They go, I'm on fucking YouTube and Facebook. Come on.
No.
And I'm genuinely not having a dig. I'm not having a dig. I just think, I don't understand
you're
that
deluded.
mindset.
You're deluded because the people that are knocked away, I'm not interested in the people that are on here because that's not where the change happens, is it, really?
The internet happened before the FANG.
We'll talk forever. Me and you can talk forever about what needs to happen. That's not where the change is happening. The change will happen on the people that would refuse, absolutely refuse to wake up. The people that will go, you're unvaccinated, you should not be part of our society.
The internet happened before the FANG. You know what I mean?
No, you clearly don't know about the internet, fella, do you? The internet happened in the 60s.
Oh my God! I can't believe we are even having this conversation. Oh my God, how do you think they did it 300 years ago, 200 years ago?
Yeah,
Do you know what I
exactly,
mean?
that's the point. This is what I'm trying to say. I am trying to say to you that we did, and I found, so I know what I'm talking about here. I've
The thing
raised
is,
animals, I've done
obviously,
crops.
you know, we're having a conversation, and you obviously have no idea, like, who I am, etc. All right, I am like you. Yeah, I saw this coming years ago and pressed the fuck out of what was going to happen. I've moved to a completely separate location so I can stay quiet and out of the way because I saw this coming. I am the lady, that weirdo woman who has stuff in her cupboard that's got 3 months worth of food because I saw all this weirdness coming. Yeah, I'm the one that says, oh my God, it's full moon today. I'm that lady, right? I've been where you are, and I'm in a situation where I'm completely on my own now, so I'm doing this. The only thing I can do is saying, folks, stop looking at all of that and start going, hey, you've got that skill, can I use it? Yes, let's create a website and let's start selling to people who are like us. If we all do it together and pass that word on and then boom, do it could actually work. CB radios, a yellow pages, stuff like that.
This is Jay. I understand what you're saying. I get it. I totally get it. And the journey I'm going on will be exactly the journey you're on. No different. And I hope that people will support it will be a business.
And we do it in our area, so don't be awesome, man. So wherever you are in your area, you then go, right, this is the hub in this area. Let's let everybody know who's not vaccinated, and we create our own thing and do our own, create our own little Facebook, not Facebook, like own little chat group like we're doing now in that area, and just fuck them off. Fuck them off.
Yes,
I am not seeing anyone who's vaccinated. Not anymore. I've completely reduced my life.
No, I get where you're coming from and do, and my heart and soul believes everything you just said. It really does. But at the end of it, I also think, like, okay, if I start suddenly discriminating against the vaccinated, how does that make me any better than them discriminating against me because I'm not vaccinated?
Does it matter? Is it that important that you give a shit about that person doing that? My parents, everybody, I am the weirdo. I'm the only one in my family not vaccinated. I'm the only one.
Me too.
Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you.
Me too. You know,
Yeah.
I'm fighting a battle that I feel like I'm losing because
I'm pushing a massive turd up a fucking hill. You know what I mean? Every fucking day. Every day. Every day.
Me too. Listen, and me too. Everything that I planned for Christmas has now been cancelled. Done.
We need to get web designers who can design websites for people who are going, yeah, this is my shop. You can come in whoever you are. You don't have to be vaccinated. We need to create our own health and safety groups that go around doing health and safety. All of it.
I have thousands of servers I can host websites, and they're safe in Eastern Europe away from big tech.
Guys, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not. I'm just trying to point out that this is not some small wave speak. It's not. It's a fucking tsunami.
Yeah, this is our life. This is our life now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how long I've got before they get me because of the pain relief I have to have each day. I don't know how long I've got. But as long as I've got, I'm going to keep going, you know what I mean, and keep pushing. And if, you know, and if I'm not able to do it, then I'm not able to do it. But, like, as far as, I'm just going to fucking keep going, man, you know?
I get that.
Looks like they're now heading towards Trafalgar Square. They'll probably take a left there at Piccadilly by the look of it. So it looks like they're heading back down towards Piccadilly, Trafalgar Square, and then probably walk that back down through Whitehall, stand outside Downing Street. Even though the Prime Minister's not there, he'll be in checkers. And then probably make their way back to Parliament.
How many of these people at marches do you think are just newly awakened to what's going on, and maybe we should cut them some slack a little bit, because a lot of these guys aren't as fully into this as we have been for 2 years, and maybe, maybe they are just getting into what's going on, and maybe we should cut them a little bit of slack, but I don't think we've got time for...
No, bollocks to that idea, not at all. The people that are at the front know exactly what they are doing.
Well, the ones front, but obviously some people are waking up to what's going on. They're joining the march because they think it's a good thing. Obviously it's controlled and it's pointless, as we know. But for some people, they just want to get out, maybe, and just say, I ain't agreeing with this, and maybe I don't know how many new people are joining this movement, and.
I just disagree. If you're out shopping for kinky knickers for your missus on Oxford Street and this lot come by, you're just like, well, they're a bunch of bellends. Get out the fucking way. I'm trying to get laid. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that is a general consensus to a lot of people that see a mass protest. They think ill of it straight away, don't they? That it's with any protest, with Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all those. That as soon as they see them, people think the worst, don't they? Fucking protesters again. What bellends, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a simple case of like there are so many protests in London now that it just washes out. It's just you look at it and it's just irrelevant. You know what I mean? No matter what the cause or the thing, it's just like you dickheads getting in my fucking way.
Yeah.
And this is why we shouldn't be marching. We should be sat down on Downing Street and just sat there and go, fuck you, we're going nowhere, Whitehall's blocked, deal with it.
Yeah.
Bob, I agree with, but I also need to, just the devil's advocate, I suppose. What happened to me this morning, I'm just going to give you a little example. This morning, my partner's family said you cannot see your grandchild unless A, you take the booster, and B, take a test. And if you want to see your grandchild in the future, you will do these things because we believe those to be true. Like my Christmas dinner celebration, it's exactly the same. Unless you go and take the booster, then we will not be coming. So I will be cooking a turkey for one, or two, possibly, maybe. Here's the thing. Everything that's happening divides society. Do you believe this is just like a coincidence? And the fact that we're marching, it's not we're marching because we're not marching because we think, we can change something. We're marching because you understand the impact you're having on our lives. And right now, I'm so pissed off. So the impact you're having on my life is unreasonable. It's ridiculous. People don't march because necessarily they're getting behind a political idea. People march because they're hurting. So I suggest that the reason why London is full of people on the streets is because they're hurting. And hurting because this government, these politicians are dividing and separating families from each other. Brothers, sisters, wives, husbands. This is what we're doing as a society. And anybody that supports that, please tell me how you think that is morally correct. That's
I 100% agree, but I think marching is pointless. I think so we all have the same aims, but I think the actions are utterly fucking useless. Walking around London, shouting at someone sticking a burger in their mouth is just bullshit. Why are we doing this? Occupy Whitehall, occupy Parliament Square. That's a message. Get 1 million people there. That's a message. Fucking 20,000 people all split up where the police can just go, hey, you guys go this way, you guys go that way, fuck off. You know what I mean? It's just bollocks. So as much as I completely agree with you, and I understand it, and I feel it, and I'm with you, marching is not the fucking answer. Occupying a space is the answer.
Bob, totally agree with you.
Yep.
110%
In
agree
our
with you.
own communities. In our own communities. The Masons, the police station.
Yeah. Especially if you've got a city that's really run by the Masons, Masonic, you know, and most major cities are.
Like Bristol.
Yeah. run by the merchant. Yeah, the city's run by the merchant venturers, isn't it? You know, they're all merchant venturers, so they're all Masons.
They're all the same knobheads from fucking 300 years ago, you know what I mean? Just the same dickheads, but with different cats.
Yeah, it's the same families and things like that run the city. Yeah, now down towards, looks like they're going towards Trafalgar.
So, like this morning, I actually messaged Ian and Indian Tyrant and said, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't keep saying all of this because it's absolutely destroying me to watch this happen.
Yep.
Knowing that it's going to happen, knowing that no one's able to understand quite how we got to do this. Now we've got an acorn, you know, and what you're doing is exactly what I've done myself, so I understand. But we need to keep going. We need to keep going.
Yeah.
And I gave up this morning. So thank you for doing this, Tyrant, because
it's difficult. It's difficult to see the same thing week in, week out, and that's why I can't go to protests anymore, because it affects everyone. Mental health, Jesus. You know, they had and we're not the only country where mental health's being restricted. You look, there was a 10-year-old, a mother of a 10-year-old girl in Australia, crying her eyes out. This mother was, because her 10-year-old daughter doesn't want to live no more because she's had enough of all the restrictions. 10 years old. That's doing that to a child. But look what it's doing to adults as well. So everyone's mental health's been affected.
Every abusive country's taking the piss as well, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't seem to, you know, I just don't really think they realise how much people's mental health is actually really deteriorating, like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but there's been no suicides, mate. No one's committing suicide because of this, have they? They've all died of something else. No one's died of suicide.
I've got two friends in overdose because of this, and the other one slit his wrist and his mum found him in the bath.
Yeah.
And I read about that on the bed.
What's it?
Yeah, Queensland and Australia, 2 people have died of corona and 724 have suicided.
Yeah.
There you go, see?
Oh, I know 4 people.
No numbers at all.
You know, you wait to it. Austria, medical privacy has been breached. Even the state knows who's vaccinated and unvaccinated. So there's tyranny there. You know, there's no medical privacy there. You know, and it's freeing up for a Chinese social credit system. You know, and look at Sweden. You've got the enthusiastic people that run out and get their vaccines. They are actually willingly having a computer chip put inside them with their vaccine passports. You know, look at Germany. If Germany imposes the sanctions that they are looking like imposing, how long then would it take the whole of Europe to issue an EU mandate on this vaccine for all European countries?
Not long, because basically France and Germany are the EU.
Yes.
And we all know that. That's why we banked them the fuck out, because they're authoritarian shitheads.
Yes, but look at it this way. Were we meant to... Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I just had a notification come up there, just so you all know. While the protest is going on, Sadiq Khan has now declared a major incident because of the rise of calls coming through to emergency services. So we can look forward to that being on the news tonight as well.
What, the protester called the emergency services from getting to emergencies? You see what I mean? The whole... To paint these protesters as bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think he means he's declared an incident because of the rise in calls coming through to emergency services, but he might be able to spin it that way, I don't know.
Yeah.
Amazing, because I've seen so much rioting, you know, they are completely kicking off they're stealing night trainers and 48-inch TV screens, you know what I mean?
Oh my God,
Which is absolutely not fucking happening. Fuck.
Look at them go, look,
He's
they're
a fucking
yeah,
twat.
here they come, look. Yeah, here they come, look, those
There they
people
are.
on little bicycles and their cameras. Oh, look, there's a bus. Hello. Oh, look, policemen without white gear on. Look at that. Oh, yeah, here we go, look. Oh, look, lady carrying a handbag. That's interesting. Oh, look, it's got a green light. There you go. We have a couple of police officers having a little chat without masks on, not social.
Why are you inside the road, you despicable people?
Yeah,
You need
that's
to be
causing
arrested.
major problems and upset for Londoners. How dare these people do that?
Oh,
goodness me.
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Let me check your skin colour. Oh, you're white. Right, you're going down, sunshine. Fucking hell.
It's the truth, though, isn't it? People might not like it, but it is the truth. We're in a two-tier system, two-tier protesting. You know, it's everything two-tier, isn't it? You have them and us. You have
the Canadian embassy. Which
Not wrong, my son, not wrong.
But I believe that's one of the divisions the government causes, that because they know if every group united, right, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, left, right, whatever you want to call it, if they knew they all united as one under one banner, and the one banner should be freedom, right, and you know, body autonomy, we can all get behind that and all fight together, then we'd win, won't we? But we're not all together. All these groups, we've got Antifa. You know, we had another group this week protesting on Monday, Big Brother watch, but everyone was calling Big Brother out to be fake.
We'll see on the 24th, won't we, when the big party at Downing Street. Let's see what the demographics of that are.
Yeah.
And how many TSG turn up. So the balance is today versus 24th, and I mean, if our betting companies weren't fucking shills for the fucking corporate machine, I could have a fantastic bet on that.
Hi guys, everyone in the stream, can you do me a favour? Can you share this? Because it's pretty good.
So now it's
Is
Trafalgar Square.
it naughty photos? That's the question.
Are the police holding up now?
They're at Trafalgar Square, aren't they? Charing Cross Tube, by the look of it.
Ooh.
I don't know if that entrance
Have they got
is open.
have they got helmets on, or have they got the helmets on the side? I can't quite see.
No, they just got caps on.
They're basically on the job.
By the looks of things, if you look throughout the streams, the protest has become very disjointed by the numbers of people. There seems to be thinning out.
Like it does every time, Tyrant.
Yeah.
Like it does.
So what you do is, right, they march around.
Every single time it's about, let's make you walk around for 5 miles and then cut you the fuck up.
Yeah, but you look at it now, the whole protest is thinned out. It's thinned out. Whoever marched that protest today has done the job that they were set out to do.
By the police every time. Sit the fuck down in Whitehall or fucking Parliament Square. Jesus, it's not fucking rocket science.
Yeah.
I see. That's what I mean. They don't. None of them know where they're going now. Look at them. They're all looking at each other. If you look at all the streams, they're like, "Where are we going? Where are we going?" You know, you got some heading down towards Whitehall. Oh, it's mental. That's what they've done it now. The protest is over. It's thinned out.
Hey, what time is it? I actually thought it was.
Well, it's gone on since just before 12, so it's been going a good few hours
there we
now.
are. 3.5 hours. I'm actually surprised. I did think it was going to go on for a little bit longer. I put 10 o'clock in the chat, so I got that wrong.
Yeah, I was
there we go.
envisaging. So what we do, where we to now? Yeah, it doesn't seem as many people there now, to be honest. A lot of people probably stopped and done a bit of shopping on Oxford Street.
Or have something to eat.
But you've all done, you know, everyone that attended London today done London a good justice. They've put money into London coffers, you know. They've been buying their teas and coffees from stores, so it gives them money, these big corporations, Costas and places like that. You know, well done. Spend your money in London instead of spending it in your local community and your local shops, your mum and pop's shops. You know. That's why I believe all these protests are called in London, so you can put into the London coffers.
You can actually sort of see people going, well, what are we doing now? What?
Franchise.
Say again, Boom.
What are we going to do?
What was that, Boomer, mate? I didn't quite catch that.
Everybody should stop buying from any franchise like Costa and any of them. Any franchise store, just stop it.
Yeah, good.
We need to create our own food source as well, Boom. And how we're going to do it, mate.
Well, we need land, don't we? That's what, first and foremost, we need land.
No, I don't think it's that. I think we just need to tax people properly. If your Costas can get away with taxes and your independents have to pay 20, 30, 40% tax, then we need to fucking sort that shit out. How the fuck are these American companies fucking running? You know what I mean?
Because they don't pay any tax in
Because
country.
if you don't let them, they'll come in and invade you. Hey, if you don't let them, the
because
US
we
will
let
invade you.
them. We let them do this. No, it's disgraceful.
I agree with that. Go on, Bob.
Yeah, like Harry Knapp put, we all have gardens. I don't, unfortunately. No. So what I do is I pickle everything. I get my veg box and I pickle the stuff that I can't eat that week. I've got pickled jars.
See, we did all laugh at preppers, didn't we? We all laughed at one time or another at preppers, saying, oh, look at them stockpiling all their food. We're not laughing at them now because that's going to come in very, very handy. You know, even war, I can't
wait for the nukes of Ukraine to fucking start happening in the next month.
Well, Boomer knows a lot about that, with what's happening in Ukraine.
Does everybody know that AdBlue, which is an additive for diesel fuel for trucks, is running out everywhere?
Really? Most modern day. Is that why they're banning diesel vehicles now? Because of the AdBlue?
I don't know, but Australia's about to run out of AdBlue. That means all the trucks will stop. So I'm sure.
Did you know there was a law? Did you know?
It's made from.
Sorry, Boom.
It's made from fertilizer, and there's a huge fertilizer shortage across the world.
Oh.
And it's additives diesel motors for trucks.
That's kind of the same sort of the problem we've got in the UK. So in the UK, we make fertilizer, but the byproduct is that we generate CO2.
Yeah.
So loads of people are having a meltdown because their soda streams can't get CO2. I mean, I'm joking. Not serious.
Yeah, but with all this...
I mean, vampire blood soda stream is the fucking business, so...
But with the biofuel, I found out yesterday that if you've got a diesel vehicle, where every time you fill up a diesel pump, 5% of that diesel that you're pulling from that pump is actually biodiesel. So actually, it's oil that they've collected and reprocessed. So technically, you're paying for it again. So 5% of your fuel is already being paid for before you even draw it off of your into your tank because it's biofuel.
Mental, innit, Tyler?
Yeah.
Absolutely mental. You could make it up.
No. So they're charging you twice.
But no, they're not though, Chris. Because the first time that you buy it, if you have double chips and battered sausage, and there's that lovely young 28-year-old with a massive bottom that serves you. So I think it's all fair game.
But now it's like you look at people's faces. You look at their people's faces within the stream. They're not knowing what to do. I think they're stood in Whitehall now by the look of it. You know, it's a bit. We got Santa shouting.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. Everyone's gone for a 5-mile walk and they're now just tired and going, what the fuck are we doing here? What's the point? So
what happens is, when you watch it from afar, you can see someone has a camera up and they're taking it in a various directions. So someone else sees that person with that camera and follows them. And then suddenly it's a Pied Piper vision of like people going off in a completely different direction just because someone saw a squirrel.
I'd watch you from afar, my lovely. Okay, that fell flat. Bad joke. Bad joke. Back away from the bad joke.
Right, guys, on a serious note, have any of you heard any more about what's going to happen after these tests go past the date of the first class recall?
Sorry, my friend, say that again.
You know the PCR tests?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on a first class recall, aren't they, from the 31st of December, I believe. So they're no longer able to be produced and used. So whatever's left will have to be used by the 31st of December. From that point on, they're not allowed to be used. So I'm wondering if they've mentioned anything further about what they're going to be using after that. There was mention of a different test where Fauci and Bill Gates had joint ownership of another test or something. But I haven't looked into it.
I just thought it was the PCR test that'll pick up flu as well.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know if they're going to use that test and just rename it, or it's going to be a completely different test altogether. I'm not too sure. Well, no, what I'm trying to explain to you is it's no longer able to be used after the 31st of December. So they either must have something already in motion or they're working on something right now for after the 31st of December.
They should introduce an IT test instead.
Oh yeah, they might be able to use them, mightn't they? Yeah, they might just stick to the LFTs. They might just stick to the LFTs and just disregard PCR possibly. I've got a feeling that they might start charging for them now. You know, like for you to go to work, you're like 30 quid or something to get a test done. She basically to go to work. Fantastic, eh? There's a couple of scenarios. Yeah. I still won't take one. I haven't taken one since the beginning. Like, I literally haven't had one test. I wore a mask for about a week and a half, 2 weeks at the mask. But yeah, it's one of them, innit? But I've heard that they will start charging like 20, 30 quid or something to go to work, to go to events, if you're not signed up to the app. But then they want the app in 100% after that. After they've stopped all the money out of the people. Yeah.
Just gonna mute the chat in a minute in Telegram. I've just got a bit of a problem with the stream stability. So I'll leave the chat open in there, they can still chat, but I'll just bring the volume up a minute. Remember guys, I should be live tonight with the phone in. I got Frank from Germany who will be joining me tonight. He's got some videos that he's been shooting this week that he wants to show. So we will be on there around about 7:30, 7:45 tonight. I expect I'll be joined by 2 boomers as well. Just for the people that are listening in Telegram, I've muted, so I'm not hearing you at the moment. I will feed it back in. I just got to sort a few things out with the audio this side. Indy, have you deleted Indiegram? Yeah, Prime Minister will be in Chequers. Just gonna make a drink, guys. Back, guys. Still outside Downing Street, as I see. I see missiles are starting to be thrown at the police, so they've donned helmets. As you see, more people arriving outside Downing Street and marching down from Trafalgar Square, down Whitehall. See, policy protests have stretched as far flung as Barcelona to Brussels, to Kiev in the Ukraine, to Zagreb in the Balkans. So all across Europe there is a mass non-policy restrictions movement growing. As European figures that have been published show that most Europeans are vaccinated, but there is fewer Europeans taken up on the booster, so there's fewer getting the third jab. If we don't actually do something now with all the policies that are sweeping across Europe, you know, this what makes me believe now that if Germany imposes the sanctions that they're looking on imposing, this will pave the way for the EU to make an EU-wide mandate to all European countries on this vaccination. It makes me believe that we wouldn't have took that. Any sanctions that was imposed by Europe, the UK wouldn't have agreed with it and we would have fought. But so I think we came out of Europe for a reason, because this was coming. And they knew that if Europe would impose the sanctions, we wouldn't agree with it. So what they're doing, they allowed England to leave the EU, and they're imposing our restrictions in a completely different way. But that's just my opinion. That's the way I see it, because I know we would never have accepted any sanctions or any mandates that Europe imposed on us. Missiles coming. This is never a good thing when missiles start to fly. No matter how much you've got a disliking for the police, missiles is not the way to go, because, you know, behaviour breeds behaviour. And, you know, they start fighting back, and they've got batons and pava spray and tasers. And they're fully armoured. They've got Kevlar on. We are now at the obligatory stop outside Downing Street, where Boris Johnson isn't at the moment, where he doesn't stay on a weekend. as we all know, he has his retreat at Chequers, so that's where he will be. The police are only there protecting to make sure nobody actually storms the gates, because years ago you were able to walk up past there and get to the other side. There was quite a big line actually behind the gates as well, so there'll be the armed police. So make sure you go over, you're probably subscribed to the other channels that I'm restreaming. We've got Resistance GB, another alternative, I believe there's Correct Not Political, Media Consumer, Subject Access. Remember, tonight I will be doing my phone in from about 7:15, 8 o'clock, well 7:30, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock I should be live. Make sure we can discuss today's protests. I will be having people joining me from other countries as well on the stream, so make sure you do join me for that. We're just going to bring in one-man reports.
Reports on YouTube. I'll give you my phone. You're not for all the shit, are you? Huh? You're not for all the shit.
Yeah, I just put one-man reports. He's just started a buff now again. He's down in the bottom left-hand corner. There we go. See, this is not called for. Starting to rip the barriers and all that. There we go. There we go. There we go. I will bring the Telegram chat back in a minute. As you can see, most of the streams are from around Parliament. I think media's gone down. We're back with media. Let's see, we got One Man Reports has gone down, so let's see if I can get him back up. He's buffing at the moment. Yes, Boomer, stop paying council tax en masse. If one person does it, you go to prison. If millions of people did it, what are they going to do? Lock us all up? One Man Reports is probably having a little bit buffing problems. We will go back to his. You join us at the scenes of the London Freedom Protest, and it's outside Downing Street at the moment. They have just gone on a march around London. They originally started at Parliament Square. They then marched around towards Hyde Park, down Regent Street, Oxford Street, and then they've made their way back down to Whitehall to Downing Street. And this is where the protest. You join us at the moment. Be right back, guys. Resistance GB's there, yeah, you can see that there's top left hand corner of the stream. Sorry guys, just took a couple of minute break. Got so much running in the studio. Gets a bit hot in here, so I just had to go outside, cool off a little bit. Computer's like a radiator. Absolutely, they're human beings. Absolutely agree with that. See if we get one man reports back. Alright, he's buffing. Yeah, she's got it right. Stop throwing things. Oh, anger coming out there, as you can all see. You hear that? Someone get rid of her. Bridget, I'm not there. I'm actually sat in my house, restreaming all of it. So we've got multiple angles of the feed. Got another alternative second screen from the left at the top. He's in Trafalgar Square. We then got actual coverage. He's the next one on the right hand side to him. Then we got media consumer. We got resistance GB, collect not critical, and subject access. Obviously, if someone does kick off, we'll go to the best view. But obviously, at the moment, we're just. I have got people in the Telegram chat. I will get round to that, getting back that on. I just got to sort the sound out. You can see the difference in the cameras, can't you, with video cameras to mobile phones. You can see the ones with the lighter colours, it looks like almost daylight still. That is mobile phone coverage, where the likes of subject access is using his Canon video camera. So the true true colour of what's there is probably subject accesses. I am on Odyssey. Yeah, this should